Hello and welcome to another My Little Podcast. We are your hosts. I am Bree. I'm here with my brother Bryson.
Hello.
My father Gary.
Hello.
And my mother Shelly.
Hi.
Today we're going to be talking about the most recent Weekly Peek that just came out on Friday. Weekly Peek episode number 251.
I've taken my shoes off twice to count that up.
252.
I said from 252, I guess. 51 was a
Don't
week
be
ago.
confused between 1 and 2.
Now, I hardly remember what goes into them. I really shouldn't try to remember what episode number it is. But this week we had Garrett and Ellie. They started work on their van again, which was super
Yay.
exciting.
Yeah.
Seeing that continue to go. They got one side of the van. I guess they stopped on one side of the van and all trimmed out, though. I think they got it complete. And then they were starting on the other side. So that was pretty awesome. Looked like
Got to the point that where they're now it's time for trim, I think, on that side. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. So we got all that rocking. That's super cool to see. And then Bryson, we didn't mean to do this, but Bryson didn't show up once in this Weekly Peek.
No,
Not
really?
even once.
It was weird. No, you weren't even there.
He worked.
I mean, you
on
worked
it,
the
but-
whole week on it, but for some reason
find
you weren't
that
actually
hilarious.
pictured in the... You were probably behind the camera quite a bit, too.
Oh, he was editing like a crazy.
Well,
man.
no, I meant actually shooting video.
Oh, was
And
he?
I was shooting video for this week's
Yeah.
upcoming,
Yeah.
the upcoming
one.
but not.
did you even notice
That's
that he wasn't
funny.
in it, Bree?
Until it
You
was
know,
done.
I didn't, because when we had done the curtains, Bryson and Garen were working on your room because it was too long. We couldn't fit this segment. The curtains was supposed to go out the week before, but we had too much footage, so we saved it. And so in my mind, you had done it. You were in it because you were there with the curtains.
You know
but
what's
it
even
wasn't
funny?
on screen.
What's even funnier is I didn't even notice I wasn't in it.
And you edited it.
I edited it. I'll show you.
Oh, that's we try to get everybody in it every week. We can't always do it. You know, Shay gets busy sometimes
There's
and
a
she's
lot
not
of
always
us.
around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us, so it's hard to get everyone in.
8 of us if you count Azalea.
Yeah, if we have to sit down and say, okay, who's with us? 1, 2, we got to do that.
Yeah.
We got to do the grocery store
videos-
count up.
The videos just keep getting longer and longer and longer.
As the family
just
gets
because
grows.
we want more and more people
Yeah.
and everyone in
Just
there.
got to get everyone.
Family keeps growing pretty soon. Hey, we have 100 people in this
You know,
room. Jammed into 20 minutes
We
of fun.
have a family picture that has over 100 people there, isn't it? We have just a big family
seems
picture
like-
of everyone.
Extended family.
Extended
I think it's more
family,
like
family.
it's a little over 50. I think.
Oh, but
yeah.
it was a chunk of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we really included everyone, this
Yeah,
would be
that
a
wasn't
long
everyone
video.
either.
We show people that picture and they're like, that's your family? Like, some of them.
That's your cousins and aunts and uncles.
Another segment that we had was, of course, on the curtains, like what we mentioned there. And we had a lot of really awesome input and questions that came out on that. Rodney Widger said, was it cheaper to buy a sheet set than material, or did that do the perfect match for the bedding? And I don't know about cheaper or not cheaper. Somebody did answer that question. I'll get to that in a second. But it matched the bedspread that matched the walls. So it was a matching thing for me. It's the only reason why I chose to do it that way.
The match.
But-
I know matching's very important because my room doesn't match.
Crystal,
How can we see yours? It's camouflaged. It's not even there.
it's not even there.
Not even there.
It's an empty room. No.
Empty room. Nothing's in there but a single bed. Center of the room.
Crystal answered Rodney's question by saying yes, that it is cheaper to have to do the sheets. Sometimes it can be cheaper to do it that way. So that was really
cool.
awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You don't think that would be cheaper?
Well,
You know?
she mentioned that you could find sheets for cheap on clearance or at thrift stores, and so you get lots of material for cheap.
Smart.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty.
It's a good
cool.
idea.
There's some really cool patterns on sheet sets too. I mean, they can have some. They can come in some really neat colors, so I can see how that could be awesome. All right. And then Susan Adamson said, for making curtains, sewing with a serger is the way to go. It's fast and looks great. And that's awesome. I can imagine.
I think she has a serger, doesn't she?
Yeah, it doesn't it trim the edges? And
You mean Shay?
Shay has one.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best quality serger though. I think it's kind of gives her a lot of problems because I think it's kind of the low end, probably the cheapest one we could find or something.
Yeah.
at
Well,
the
I
time.
think she has one. I think it does work.
Isn't that
Yeah.
a garage
I
cell?
think.
I think it was a garage cell one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know.
But yeah, so that would be nice because then you
That'd
just
have been easy. Just
the
Yeah,
edge.
edge and everything
Just make
all
sure you
done.
go in a straight line. That would be the hardest part.
that
the
was
hardest part
that's.
in
I
sewing
feel like
anyway.
Yeah.
that's the biggest tackle is the straight line.
Or trying to do a curved line curved.
I can
You
do
get
curved
puckers
lines.
and all that other junk.
I can curve it any way you want.
Really?
If you want it in a pattern, though, you're on your own.
Oh,
If you want me to repeat what I did,
I don't know. I just make solid objects, 3D printing them.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
do
work-
the whole sewing thing.
I work with wood.
Yarn scares me. Soft material seems to
Yarn.
scare me. It's
Yarn
all
scares
flexible
me.
and doesn't hold up. And
Hey, it's a ball of yarn! Quickly, run!
yeah, like what is that? The Jones running away from the Indiana Jones running away from the that boulder.
Oh, yeah,
famous
that
scene.
was
It's you
really
and
a ball of
It's
yarn.
you and yarn. Yarn is falling.
I'm like the opposite of a cat. When I see a ball of yarn, I turn the other way.
Speaking of cats,
Oh.
this morning when I got up, to my shock, and believe me, I was shocked, I opened the bathroom door and Keo was curled up in the sink, sleeping.
Whoa.
Just
And then-
chilling out there.
And he popped his head up and gave me this big meow that he does.
Turn
And-
the water on? Turn the water on?
No, I didn't.
Need a
but,
bath?
But I did later because I came in later and I opened the shower door and he was in the shower laying there and he was quiet as could be. I don't know what he was doing today.
Camping out in the shower?
Whoa.
He knew you were
you
going to
don't-
be there. He's like, she's going to be in here, so
Yeah,
I got to be
eventually.
in here.
Yeah, maybe he's
Speaking
just
about
trying to get
animals
attention.
in showers, that's
Uh-oh.
happened. Ollie, right?
Shay's dog.
Shay's dog. He also goes in that shower too.
Yeah, he just hangs
And
out in there.
One of the times I went in there, doing stuff, and all of a sudden I hear this breathing. What is
Just breathing in here.
I open the shower door and he's in there.
Just curled up. It must be like cool in there or something. Desaw said, I did the same thing with curtains and probably the same hooks, but I got PVC and slid the rod into it and threaded the hooks. It just looks like a beefed up rod. Good job. Oh, that is a cool idea to use PVC. We use PVC all the time. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But
and
that's
it'd be a
awesome.
little thicker. It'd probably fit better too.
What about
Probably
the
would.
lettering? What did you do for the red letters that typically go across the PVC?
Well, you
Did
paint it.
You
Yeah.
can paint it.
And then you
actually
are
would-
sliding over the top. Does that
Yeah.
wear it out?
Also, too, it really makes for a nice connection if you want to run water in there. You can go right through your curtain rods.
That's
From
true.
curtain rod to curtain rod to curtain rod if you want to do plumbing.
Man, I keep feeling like there's insects all over me.
Seam
I'm sorry.
plumbing.
Insects?
Yeah, like I felt like one on my neck, and I thought there was
Does that
some-
make you tear up?
And then I keep
You
thinking
know-
there's something on my legs, and
I think that if you
give me a
does it
moment
always
over here.
have to be
If I start
spiders?
dancing around the room, you'll know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Nah,
I think that you could probably get away from a lot of the wear and tear if you sanded them down really good. And then
you
you
could sand the lettering
you
off.
not only did the painting, yeah, you could do that
And
too.
coat it.
You painted it, but you also
Your
clear
thing.
coated it.
Yeah, clear coated.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
So it's hard.
I think
hard
it would be
surface.
good. I think that you could get it nice and
Could
good.
you epoxy coat it too, maybe?
If you
Is that what
really
clear
wanted to
coating
go in
does?
on it.
Yeah.
So
You know what? Why don't they make spray bottles that mix the two together and spray it out?
Maybe
There
they
you
do.
go. Maybe they do. You never know.
And they could spray epoxy really thin over stuff.
Or you could get UV and just 3D print one.
Oh, so many ideas.
Yeah, I
So
suppose so.
Rebecca Muller said, "Now you just need a nice rug of some kind for your bedroom floor, Bree." And I totally agree. I'm on the lookout for a rug in there because I think that would look great in that corner where that armoire. I don't know what you call it. I've always called it armoire.
Yeah,
yeah, the armoire that's there. I want to put a little baby grand in there. But that means that I have to somehow get all of my clothing into the closet that's in there. And I don't know if that's doable or not. But I do have the two things up my bed that I can put extra stuff in. So I don't know. I might be able to get away with not doing the armoire in there. I don't know. We'll see.
Who was telling us that the rug was, you could get those rugs that made it look like it was like, going down?
Like melting.
Yeah,
they
like
have
a
the
melting-
rugs
or-
that look like they're melting.
Look like a puddle of goop.
Yeah, it goes from like
that's
a
great.
normal rug and then it like melts. It's really cool.
Oh,
That would be
geez.
really expensive though. I think I just want to.
Is it really melted or is this part
No,
of a
it's
3D
just-
effect?
Ooh.
It's not. It's kind of like a 3D effect, but it's woven that way.
Okay.
and it's really cool.
Okay.
It went around. It was really
I have an idea, Bree. You could just go out and like go hunting and pick up like a nice pelt,
put a pelt in that room.
like a lion pelt or something.
Yeah, and just tan it. Look, it's
just
no
tan it.
problem. That's
Fly
all
to
the work.
Africa, pick one off, tan it, and put it in the room. It'll fit great in there. A little beachy theme with it.
We've tried tanning like little rabbit skins, and that's not an easy
That's
task.
not
There's
an
an
easy
art
task.
all in itself.
You
on
don't
that.
do them right, they just don't work.
And no offense, but I do not think that would fit with the aesthetic of
Maybe you could get a whale skin down there.
whale
You
skin.
know, out in the desert,
Never seen one of those before.
whale skin.
Probably doesn't feel very good to walk on.
No, like I get fish and I splay them out around them.
You'd walk on it and you'd be hearing whale sounds.
You know, actually,
Oh, that's hilarious.
On the
You
whale
get a whale rug
sounds-
though. Actually, that would look kind of cute.
on the whale sounds, they can make a noise, like a ticking noise, that will it can damage people if they're next to it, like underwater. It's like dangerous,
Oh.
like really dangerous.
Oh.
They, like,
It can be
blow your
really
eardrums
loud.
or
Yeah, you
something?
can blow your eardrums. It's so loud, and it's underwater, and they can tick, and they can.
I thought they'd just swallow you whole.
swallow you whole.
You know,
Yeah.
there are some things that
I don't think
Why?
that
What?
rolls with
Why would that
whales.
ever-
Oh. Swallow you.
I don't think whales.
There's lots of great books and stuff out there with people being eaten by a whale.
I would hate to be eaten by a whale. It's
I
just
mean,
a
you're
big
not
bummer.
wrong. But I think
No,
that the
you're
reason
not
they're
wrong.
stories is because they're a little unusual.
Where are we going with this?
We have
Started out with a rug.
Moby Dick, right? Moby Dick.
Okay, you know,
That's a story, Moby Dick. And then we have Bible. Doesn't Jonah get swallowed by a
does.
whale, a big fish?
That was God's idea, though. Just gonna put
But
that.
we should thank
I
him
don't
for
think
that.
it was the whale's
Okay,
idea.
so anyway,
Yeah, there is a lot of great stories, so I agree. Dave Adams said, my room is Smurfette's bedroom. It reminds me of what it looks inside of a mushroom.
That's
cute.
good.
I love that.
that's great.
Okay, so Big Guy said, it's so nice once the kids are old enough that you're pretty sure the house won't burn down and you can take off on a trip like that. Though I'm sure it's nice to know that earthback houses are naturally fireproof.
oh yes,
They are. In fact, it would be really hard, I would think, to get an electrical fire in one of these buildings because it's right against ground. Like, you know what I mean?
ground's
Like,
out.
Well, yeah, it's right there. I mean, like if it burned, if a plug started on fire or something, and the only thing that can catch fire is what's around it.
You took
And
that very
usually-
seriously. I was just going to chuckle. And
No,
move
they
on.
they are quite.
For the
If you
segue.
really consider
No,
it,
yeah,
they
that's
are
a good
quite
point.
That's good to
fireproof.
know, though.
The only thing that can catch fire is the ceiling, and it's very far away from anything that could be on fire.
True.
Right?
You guys want to try?
no,
Okay.
I don't
good.
have any fire.
They're
specs
back. We'll wait
on
till they're gone again.
Homestead.
Okay.
So
No,
we also
I
had
don't know if
as
it's
the
really
third
that fireproof, but it
as the-
seems like it would be. Huh?
as the third item on the weekly peak agenda was some clips that you and Dad took on your trip, which was super fun to see.
Oh yeah, we had some ocean scenes, and at the very end of the ocean one was people at the beach, and the little girl there that's collecting seashells, which she gave to me to give to Bree, is as you know, Jocelyn, Gary's first daughter from another marriage. That's her two girls. Well, she has two girls, and that's
one.
Paisley.
Paisley.
So Paisley was, and Paisley was so excited because she recognized that scene, of course, and was excited that she was in the show. And I didn't point that out in the show because I didn't really have permission to do that. But since then, they said, yeah, you can say.
We left her as the anonymous, shell picker upper.
But I have another scene where she brings the shells over and hands them. And when you do whatever you decide to do with that art that she gave the shells for, I will go ahead and we'll put the scene in there of her. You can talk
that's
about her
so
retrieving
perfect.
those.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so it was
So perfect.
really sweet. She worked a long time looking for shells, and it wasn't easy to do because a lot of them were broken, not a lot there, but she found some whole ones too. So she
So
was
nice of her.
yeah, she stayed on that to get you those shells.
So cute.
Knowing that your room was beach themed.
It's so perfect. It's so perfect when you brought them to me and you're like, oh, Paisley picked these out. I was like, this is perfect. I can't wait to do a project with them. It's going to be be so fun.
Yeah.
So fun. So thank you, Paisley. Again,
That's gonna be
those
fun.
were awesome. Looking forward to using them in something.
We did go down to the stores too because they had buoys that had washed up on the shore, and I was going to bring you home a buoy. I was all excited.
They were cool.
But by the time we got done eating and getting back out there, all the stores had closed, so I couldn't
They
go
were
in.
shut down.
But that was what my plan originally was. So
We did drive by there.
All right.
we did look.
Did you wave as you passed? Be like, that could have been Breeze. Bye.
We're not out here anymore.
I just thought of something kind of neat. As you travel the United States, you pick up a piece of glass from each state, and then you carve it the shape of the state, and then you melt them all together into the United States of everywhere you've been. It's a piece
That
of
would be
glass.
cool.
Oh,
That
like a
would be
stained
collected.
piece of glass?
Yeah, it's been
Like
collected
stained
from
glass?
every single state.
That's really cool.
All right.
They kinda
We
do.
have to do provinces too, like Puerto Rico and.
I mean, if you wanted
Yeah.
to get everybody
Virgin
included.
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to do
I mean,
that.
you might as well if you're going.
You need a
Yeah,
lot
and
of glass.
we got those honeys, and we picked up another couple different
that's
types
right.
of
They got-
things too.
they
So
got
we'll have
stuff
to
too. Yeah.
we'll have to
Pickled
do a
corn.
little taste
You guys
test on
did
that.
that too. You picked
Sorghum.
up something from each state. That was
Well,
kinda fun.
we didn't get every state. We tried, but
We thought
I think
about
we
it.
only got
After
like
we're in our
5.
third state. We're going, we ought to collect something.
Yeah, we probably got 5 or
honey.
6. But anyway,
Yeah.
we tried.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
still
I can't
really
wait
cool.
to taste them. They've
I'm
been sitting
excited.
on the counter. I've been eyeballing them every time I
That
pass.
actually, yeah.
Well, I could have used them.
Especially the honey.
Could have done the honey and could have done the sorghum. I could have even used
No.
those pickled corn things.
What
in
is-
the,
What is sorghum exactly?
it's a sugar like molasses.
Is it a
It
plant?
So
grows
what's
like
molasses?
it grows like grass,
Mhm.
and they
Is it
harvest
something
it.
we could grow in the aquaponics?
I don't know. You could look into it. I still may have some sorghum seeds I got years ago.
So, is it like an alternative sweetener? I take it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Good
Interesting.
stuff.
that would be a fun one.
Yeah,
to
growing
try.
up, sorghum's what we had on our biscuits. With Grandma cooked, made biscuits, and Grandpa get the sorghum out. We'd have sorghum and peanut butter or sorghum and butter and mix it together and put it on your biscuits.
Sometimes when you grow stuff like that, though, you need so much for so little that you have to look at that too. What's the ratio? Because sometimes you have to
What's
have
the
It's the
You gotta
sugar.
get a
fields
field,
of it, yeah,
field
to
for
make
a
it.
jar.
I don't know if that's the case or not, but
As soon as we, if we could get more water out here in the desert, we could grow some fields of stuff, of grass. And I know wheat, we've done wheat before. And you can grow wheat out here, because wheat with a T, out here, because, it's,
It's the right kind of.
it's the right kind of weather.
Place
We
for it.
did remember we did that small batch, got like a cup
yeah,
of wheat.
yeah,
That was fun.
yeah, that was fun.
It's really easy to grow.
Stephanie Hausler said, Gary and Shelley, next stop Switzerland with a
Let's
little.
go.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Oh, that would
Right,
be
Stephanie.
awesome.
Warm up the beds. We'll be there soon.
I know we got to do some more traveling on that end of things because that'd be super cool in the future. I think we
It'd
plan
be
on
really
traveling.
fun to travel.
Patrick said, since Shay is on less now, does she have an active YouTube channel of her own with a question mark?
Oh, Shay is actually very much involved in My Little Homestead. She's been doing a lot of the editing, especially when Gary and I were away. So you may not be seeing her as much in front of the screen, but she is definitely very much involved. And she also had some things that she's needed to do in the last couple weeks too. So sometimes she gets busy with different things. It's never a pressure thing on My Little Homestead. It's completely volunteer.
If you want to.
If you want to be involved. And I think I said this before too, when Garen and Ellie got done with the cabin, we kind of thought they were just going to ride off in the sunset and they wouldn't be part of the channel anymore. And that was fine, but they totally surprised us by moving closer and saying they want to really be involved and be putting out what they do every week. So that was very exciting. And it just seems like, I kind of thought My Little Homestead would go away when all you kids got to the ages you are now, and even sooner. But to my surprise, you guys have all stayed on board and love what you do and keep doing it. And Shay's the same way. She's just at that age where she's busy with other things
she's
too.
got activities.
But she's very much involved. Yeah.
Relationships. Yeah, she's got things with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. We mostly film just a couple days a week, so if she doesn't get in on those 2 days a week, then she'll come and do something else on behind the scenes, which, she has a busy schedule, so
The main content's probably 2 days a week. There's a lot of schmitter schmatter throughout the
much
week.
schmittering and schmattering.
Schmitter schmatter stuff.
Full days of work.
Yeah, those are
Dedicated totally.
Just
to filming.
just to filming, yeah.
And
And
then
then
the
it's
rest is
everything
the
else.
editing.
Then that was his editing.
And then it's everything else.
Editing, final things, wrap ups, all kinds
Now,
of
this
stuff.
is something that we had addressed last week, but just in case, Hockman family email said Shelly is there now. Does that mean you're going to start work on the bathroom again? And the answer is yes, absolutely. We're going to be getting
You're
back
talking
on
about
that
the earth
project.
bag one,
oh, yeah,
right?
the
The
earth bag
outdoor?
bathroom. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's been a while since we've worked on that
the
project.
tub.
But the tub and the
Yeah, outdoor
I guess
tub.
it's not a bathroom, it's
No,
more a
just a
tub
tub.
and
More of an
shower
outdoor
thing, but-
shower and tub
Yeah.
spa.
We probably won't. Well, we'll use the
Small works.
bathtub probably before that point, but because we can heat up. But now the shower will probably not be used until next summer, but it'll be done. I'm sure when it gets to that
Yeah,
point.
we still have a shop to
We
build.
can put a hot water heater in that tub.
We're actually going to hook it up to hot water too, aren't we?
Yeah. So we can do it outside.
Actually,
hot water outside.
we will be able to use that if we can get hot water because you're talking 70-degree usually in the winter time, at least in a certain that 2-3 hour span in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it might get used more than you think through the winter.
I think it will. The tub will. I was just thinking about the shower.
Well, you know what? I
can
made a
hook that up,
mistake when Dad was first putting in the shower because he was going to hook it up to hot water. And I said, oh, no, don't waste your time doing that. We'll have the one,
The solar.
The solar.
You just
And
assume the
I
solar
talked
would
him out
work
of it, and
too,
I
you know?
regret that now because we really could be using that more in the winter. And now I think you're going to put that
Yes,
into
I
when
am.
we.
I'm gonna
so
plumbing.
that's true.
That's the
Plumbing
thing
for hot
too.
water.
Like you don't
Hot
think
water
about
tank.
this very much, but you see like the solar hot water heaters all the time and stuff, and like it is really true. Like they work really good during the summertime, but when winter hits, it's just too cold to really
Yeah, for the solar hot
really
water
do
heaters.
the solar hot water heaters.
But you're right. If we had warm water, I would do it.
Yeah, wouldn't
It's
you?
just
And
'cause
if
it's
it's
not-
70
it's cold.
degrees, you go out in the afternoon when it's 70 degrees,
nothing.
and that would be
It's
just fine.
refreshing when it's a little cold outside. You're in warm water, like that's
Yeah.
refreshing.
It's best when it's 90 degrees outside.
It is. It is
Yeah.
best.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
best.
That's the ultimate.
At the time,
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well, 100 is ultimate. I'll say 100. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when it's 100
Look,
degrees.
That's ultimate
if
for
we're-
me.
If we're ultimating, it's 100. But I mean, 90 is passable.
That's right.
You know,
That's
you
right.
do get some of those pretty cold showers, though. I found if I put my head under cold water, I go, and I can't breathe. Like I have trouble breathing.
Well, that's,
Like
you
it's
probably
like
don't want to do that,
It's like
Ben.
a panic attack. I get like I can't actually. It annoys me. I'm like, why can't I settle my breathing down?
It's just
and
a thought. It's probably too cold. Just,
You probably
just a
shouldn't
thought.
do that.
Just a thought. Okay.
Jeez. Ruin all
I
the fun.
can't pronounce this first part, but wins Lolum. YHVH wins Lolum says, you have a segment called Bree Barely Bakes. Why not another with Shay called Shay Simply Sews? Just a thought, and I love that.
I love that. We got to run that by Shay.
Yeah, we
and
do.
see what she thinks of that because she is ready. I think she's been designing a new little product that she wants to do, and I think she might be doing it next week or coming soon. So
she?
we got to let her know.
Coming to a store
Shay
near
Simply
you.
Sews, and we were thinking of another one called Bride Tries.
Bright dries, yeah.
Yeah, because you've got some 3D printing and stuff that you want to do
Yeah,
without
some
those.
stuff
would
that'd
make
be really
fun.
fun to try.
We have these
Yeah.
like
Right, Bree, we
You
need
never know
We've
with
got
these,
Bree
some
Better
things will
Bakes.
work.
You have Bryson.
Some things won't.
Does Shelly and I get anything?
Well, yeah.
Well, did you have some single project that you can put out as a midweek peek that we can label?
Gary Goofs? Garishly Goofs?
How about
Gary's
this in the
Goofs?
future?
Seriously, goofs.
Gary,
Garishly Goofs? I don't know. I don't know. Just
Gary's
Gary-
Good Guitars.
good guitars. Goofy
in the-
guitars. Gary's Goofy.
There you go.
The
Goodness.
G&G. You've got the guitar stuff in the future.
Wow.
Maybe.
In the future.
Oh, yeah, I like that, Gar.
Coming to a store near you.
And these would be for the
Be a great
Wednesday
shop
shows,
name.
Yeah,
right?
Wednesday.
Is that
Because
what you're
I'm thinking we do the bigger project. I think more for the weekly peak. But sometimes we
Yeah.
have these single subject stuff that
Little
it
things
works
we do.
as a Wednesday. It works on its
Well,
own.
I like the idea too with the Bride Tries because
You never know what you're gonna do.
yeah,
So
that
you-
doesn't keep you to just
the Simply
one.
Sews is like a really good name, but it regulates. It makes
Well,
you.
that's probably what she's going to do if she's going to do a
Yeah.
single subject. Like,
She doesn't do like a million things like you and me.
and if not, then we'll just put it in the weekly peek, or we'll call it something else.
Hey, we can change the name next week. We have it. It's a prerogative.
Mine is Bree Barely Bakes, and I haven't baked something in weeks, months. I haven't baked. I haven't baked in a while.
Yeah. Especially those no-bake cookies.
Yeah, that was the anti Bree Barely Bakes. But
Yeah.
I figure that's the barely part of the baking process, right? That's it. It's the barely part.
Yeah.
I have a question though. What qualifies baking? Does it
Wait a
have to go
second.
in an oven for baking?
Yes, it has to bake.
It has to be in an oven.
Well,
to bake.
now-
Now,
I mean-
barely in there. See,
But I
that's
mean, barely with no bakes. You're not even barely.
You're
You
not
do
even
have to
baking.
heat up the solution.
Why
though, on
you
the
gotta
stovetop.
call me out like that,
Barely
Mom?
sort of
We'll just
baking?
leave it. We'll just say barely. We'll say no. You
No,
don't
I mean, I love the
We
name, and you
looked
need to
at
keep the
oven.
name.
We looked at the oven. We opened the oven up. We're like, yep. We acknowledged the oven.
We have
and
an
then we
oven.
did our no-bake
That does
cookies.
it.
Barely.
Unbelievable.
You could have
Perfect.
put them in there and not turn the oven on.
We should have done that.
You know what we should do?
do that at the end of every single one.
Brie Barely
Oh,
Bakes.
shoot, I forgot about baking
There you
show.
go.
We should put
It's been in the
GoPro.
freezer for 3 hours, but we're putting it in here.
We should put the GoPro inside the oven, turned off, of course.
Yes.
And then just have you. That should be a little, where you open it and it's totally empty, and
Yeah.
it's something like that, and have a little scene.
like, dang
and then
it,
we could
it's a
throw up
baking
the
show.
little title just briefly, like a 5-second
Bakes.
deal.
Always put
Oh,
it in the
who put this in here? This doesn't belong in here.
Always put it in the oven. Always.
Yeah, whatever it is.
We got to do that. We'll do
Okay.
that next time. That way we can still, keep the name because I like the name.
Well, yeah, you got to keep the name. It's perfect.
But it needs to be honest. Let's be real here.
And
It's
you
gotta-
need a T-shirt.
Didn't
design on
Shay had a
gotta do that.
Shay had a cooking show?
it. Chef Shay
Chef Shay. Remember those?
when
days?
she was little.
It was cute.
And she had this hook and a spatula, and she went, "Wah!"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those were fun.
Yeah,
She had a
she's-
baking hat. I wonder if she still has that baking hat.
I should try to find it.
Yeah.
It
And,
was so
She even
cute.
had the cooking.
See, but the problem is I need to cut a hole in it so that my bun could come up the top of it.
That would be
I
hilarious.
should do that just to be able to
have one of those baking thingies with the hair
little
coming out even
scrunchy on
higher
the
up.
top, Okay, well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and being a part of our family. And we look forward to hanging with you. I look forward to hanging out with you on Wednesday for another midweek peek. Bye.
Bye.